Today we are going to be doing a Vinyasa flow based on the root chakra, which is our first chakra. Today I was supposed to do a live yoga class, but today just had other plans. My son normally goes to his grandparents today, but I have him all day, so while he's napping, I decided I'm just going to record this class and then post it on my Instagram so anyone can follow along at any time. So like I said, we are going to be doing a Vinyasa flow based on the root chakra. So go ahead and we're going to start by laying on our backs. So go ahead, find your mat and lay all the way back. As you become present here, let go of everything that has happened today or this week. Don't think about what you have to do later. Don't think about what happened earlier today. Just be present in the moment. Be here. Feel your body get heavy on your mat. Feel the gravity pull your body down into the earth. Slowly become more aware of your breath. Notice how your natural breath is a little bit more shallow. Start to work at deepening your breath. Longer inhales, longer exhales. Keeping your eyes closed. Imagine with each breath you relax a body part. On the inhale and on the exhale, think about relaxing your feet. And on the next exhale, think about relaxing your legs. Think about this all the way up your body until your entire body is relaxed on your mat. Since today we are focusing on the root chakra. The root chakra is responsible for grounding into the earth. This is also our survival chakra. Grounding is a process of dynamic contact with the earth, with its edges, boundaries, and limitations. It allows us to become solidly real, present in the here and now, and dynamically alive with the vitality that comes from the earth. While mechanically our feet touch the ground with every step, this contact is empty if we are cut off from the feelings of our legs and feet. Grounding involves opening the lower chakras, merging with gravity, and descending deeply into the vehicle of the body. Without grounding, we are unstable. We lose our center, we fly off the handle, get swept off our feet, or daydream in a fantasy world. We lose our ability to contain, to have, or to hold. Think about this as we lie here, slowly sinking into the earth, bringing our awareness to here and to now. A couple more deep breaths here as we begin our flow today. As we continue into this practice, I will be bringing our attention back to this grounding that we are feeling right now. Inhale, bring your right knee into the chest, keeping your left leg long. Using your arm strength to pull your right knee into your chest. Taking your left hand on the outside of your right knee, pull it over to the left side for a twist, a nice gentle twist. Your right arm tees out to the side and your gaze goes over your right fingertips. On the next inhale, bring your right knee back to center. Give your right knee another big hug. And extend your right leg long. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. On your next inhale, bring your left knee into your chest, giving your left knee a big hug. Using your arm strength to pull your left knee into your chest. And on the next inhale, bring your right arm on the outside of your left knee. Give it a gentle twist, pulling your left knee over to your right side. Left arm goes long to a T, and your gaze goes over your left fingertips. We're slowly waking up the body here. Inhale brings your left knee back to center. Give it one more big hug. And extend your left leg long. On your next inhale, bring both your knees into your chest, giving both your knees a big hug. Feeling that nice, yummy stretch in your hips. This stretch here improves digestion. Bringing your knees at a 90-degree angle, your toes a little bit above your knees, so when you look up you can see your toes over your knees. Arms come out to a T. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly lower both knees down to the right side, about halfway. Inhale brings them back to center. Exhale, lower to the left, about halfway. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower. Inhale back to center. We're just warming up the core and our spine here. Exhale to the left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale to center. A couple more here. And when we meet back in the middle, give both your knees a big hug into your chest. Placing your hands underneath your knees, we're going to do 3 spinal rocks on your mat here. And on the 3rd spinal rock, meet at the top of your mat in easy seat. Whatever is most comfortable for you. For me, it's just crossing my legs like this. Placing your left hand down to the mat, inhale your right arm up overhead, feeling that stretch on the right side. Gaze goes up towards the sky. On the next exhale, lower your right hand down to the mat. Inhale your left arm up towards the sky. Feeling that stretch along the left side body. Gaze goes up towards your fingertips. Beautiful. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Placing your hands in front of your knees, we're just going to bring our legs behind us into a tabletop. We're going to continue here to warm up our spine by doing a couple rounds of cat-cow. On the inhale, you're going to arch your back, drop the belly, gaze goes up towards the sky for cow. Exhale, arch the back, really sucking your stomach in, navel to spine. Gaze goes towards your belly button. Inhale to cow, gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. A couple more rounds here on your own breath. And on the next inhale, we're going to meet in neutral spine. Now you can walk your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. What we're going to do is just some hip circles. Big, exaggerated hip circles. Just warming up the body. Keeping the stomach sucked in. Abs tight. And switch directions. Once your hips feel nice and warmed up, go ahead and meet in tabletop again. On the inhale, we're going to bring our right leg forward, feet in between your hands, for a low lunge, and sink into that hip crease. Really feel this stretching here in your hip, making sure your left hip is not flailing out but tucked in line with the right hip. You can keep your hands on the ground, you can put your hands on your hips, overhead, whichever is more comfortable for you, where you can feel that nice, yummy stretch in the hips. Bringing your attention to your front foot. Think about grounding your front foot into the earth. Our feet have 3 points. The big toe mound, which is right under the big toe. The pinky toe mound, obviously under the pinky toe, and the heel. Think about bringing your weight, distributing it on all 3 points evenly. Grounding into the earth, feeling your weight supported evenly throughout your feet. On the exhale, we're going to bring it back, straighten the front leg, toes go up towards the ceiling. We're going to go into a half split, keeping your back leg bent here. If you need blocks, you can grab blocks to help support you with a flat back as you stretch into this half split. If not, this is fine too. You can bring your hands on your thigh, just not on your knee, or to your hips, as long as you're leaning into that stretch, really feeling the hamstring. Couple more breaths. On your next inhale, bend your front knee, bring it back into the low lunge. We're going to flow between these two, just really warming up the hips and the hamstrings. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Come back into a half split. If you find yourself coming all the way down on the heel just to get a deeper stretch, it actually is not a deeper stretch that way. I want you to stay up here and really think about folding over that front leg. Inhale, bend your front knee and bring you back into that low lunge. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books, anything nearby to help you just prop up so you're not just hunched over. Exhale, brings you back, straighten that front knee. Toes goes up towards the sky. Keeping your hips in one line, your stomach in. And breathe. One more round here. Bend your front knee. Bring you back into low lunge. Exhale, straighten that front leg back into half split. On the next inhale, brings you back into that low lunge. Flip your toes and lift your back knee off of the mat for a high lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Feeling that quad engage, your hamstring is still working here. Hips are in one line, shooting the energy back into that back heel. Again, arms overhead. If you feel more comfortable bringing your arms to heart center, that works as well. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bring your right foot back to high plank. We're going to slowly lower down, hugging in your arms to the body, slowly lower to the mat. Inhale, peel the upper body off the mat, gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, back to child's pose. Separate your knees, really sink down into the hips. Feeling the difference between your right side and your left side. The inhale brings you back to tabletop. And this time bring your left foot forward, planting it between your hands. Now we're going to do what we just did on the left side. So inhale, sinking into that hip crease for your low lunge. Again, if you have blocks, bring them here. If you want to bring your hands to your hips, hands overhead, hands to heart center. These are all acceptable. Just working on getting our hips in one line and warming up that left hip crease. Bringing our attention again to our foot. To our big toe mound, the pad underneath your big toe, the pinky toe mound, and the heel. Distributing our weight evenly throughout all 3 points of your foot. Exhale, straighten that left foot, bringing you back into half split. Your toes are going to kick up towards the ceiling. Again, if you have blocks, I personally like using blocks because I'm a little bit tighter in my hamstrings. Hands can come to if you don't have blocks, hands can come to your quad, your hips. Really feeling that stretch in your hamstring. A couple more breaths here. The next inhale, bend your front knee, sink into that that low lunge. Flat back, heart open. You'll feel the stretch on the back knee as well, or the back hip as well. Exhale, straighten your front leg, half split. Really think about straightening your back here, not hunched over, rounding, just to try and get deep. Hips in one line. Inhale, bend your front knee for low lunge. Exhale, straighten your front knee, half split. One more round, bend your front knee, low lunge. And exhale, straighten your front knee, half split. Back flat, stomach is in. Bend your front knee, flip your back toes, and straighten your back knee for high lunge. You can stay here, hands on blocks. Inhale, arms overhead, or hands to chest, hands to heart center. Hips in one line. We're shooting our energy back through our back foot here, keeping it active, not passive here, but also feeling the grounding in your front foot, bringing your awareness back to the 3 points. One more big inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step your left foot back to high plank. And slowly lower down, keeping your arms hugged into the body. Inhale, peel the upper body off the mat for Cobra. Flip the toes and exhale brings you back to down dog. This is your first downward dog of the day, so go ahead and pedal out the feet, straightening one leg, bending the other, maybe bending both knees. Just getting really comfortable here, working out your hamstrings, your quads, maybe your ankles, your calves. And on your next inhale, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Your legs are straight here. Your hands can come to your shins, your quads. And on the exhale, fold over your legs again. On the next inhale, think about grounding your feet down into the earth and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rise up. Mountain pose, arms overhead. Gaze goes up towards the ceiling, a slight back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat, step back to high plank. And slowly lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale brings you to down dog. Inhale the right leg up, keeping both hips square. We're not opening our hips today. Inhale, knee to nose. Bring your right foot forward and plant it in between both hands. Spin your back foot down on the ground, about a 45-degree angle, and rise up to Warrior One. Think about keeping both hips in line and sinking into that front leg. And on the exhale, open your arms up to Warrior Two. Adjust your feet a little bit. Your back foot is going to be at a 90-degree angle. Front foot is still facing forward. And you have a heel to arch alignment, meaning your front heel is going to be the same position as your back arch. Sinking into that front leg, arms are to a T, and gaze goes over those front fingertips. Couple breaths here. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And on the next inhale, flip the front palm and reverse your warrior. Gaze goes up towards the sky. And on the exhale, brings you back to Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg. And on the exhale, bring your right hand down to your right shin. Left arm goes up towards the sky, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn your front toe to meet the side, just like your back foot here. So both facing the side wall. Hands come to your hips. And on a big inhale, you're going to slowly forward fold. Place your hands on the mat, on your ankles, underneath the sides of your feet, whatever is most comfortable for you here. Feeling the stretch in your hamstrings, in the back body. Trying to keep your back flat. As you inhale, think about lengthening. And as you exhale, sink into the stretch a little bit more. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips and slowly rise all the way up. Turn your toes out to a 45-degree angle and we're going to sink into our goddess pose. Turn around. Knees are pointing out towards the toes. Inhale, arms overhead, and bring it to your heart center, really sinking into the hips here. Think about grounding into the earth. As you ground, your head goes up towards the sky. Think about lengthening. Inhale, straighten your legs. We're going to turn towards the top of the mat. So your right foot is forward. Shorten your stance a little bit, just about halfway. And on the inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go down about halfway. Inhale, lengthen, back up towards the top. Exhale, sink down halfway. One more time, inhale, back up. This time, inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, fold all the way over this front foot. It's okay if you have to bend your front leg, or use blocks or books or anything you have. If you can't get all the way down to the ground, that's okay. Again, think about inhale, lengthening, and exhale, sinking into that front leg. more breaths here. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And step your back foot to meet the right foot in Tadasana. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into high plank. And slowly lower down, hugging the arms into the body. Inhale, peel your upper body off the mat. And exhale, push back into down dog. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, bringing your left foot forward. Plant your left foot in between your hands. Flip the back foot down at a 45-degree angle and inhale, rise up to warrior one. Breathing into your front leg. Keeping your hips in one line. Exhale, tee the arms out, stretching in opposite directions. Adjust your stance a little bit. Your back foot is going to be now at a 90-degree angle. Your front foot is going to be facing forward. Heel-toe alignment. Sinking into that front leg. Arms stretched in opposite directions. Gaze going over the front fingertips. Inhale, flip the front palm and reverse your warrior. Exhale brings you back to tree. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Did I say tree? Warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Go ahead and straighten the front leg. And on the exhale, bring your left arm down. Hand goes on the left shin. Arm goes up towards the sky for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gaze looking up towards the fingertips. Really opening up your chest. Inhale brings you back to warrior two. And straighten the front leg again. Bringing your front foot at a 90-degree angle now. 5-pointed star. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, fold over your legs here for wide-legged forward fold. Hands can come to the ground. They can come to your ankles, outsides of your feet, maybe peace fingers on the big toes. Whichever is most comfortable for you. On each inhale, think about lengthening. And on each exhale, folding. Sinking into this stretch. You should feel it in your hips, your inner thighs, hamstrings. This is a great stretch. Forward folds are a great stretch to combat anxiety. Good for depression. Just gives you a rush of those good feelings. Helps calm the mind. Inhale, Inhale, hands to your hips, and slowly brings you back all the way up. We're going to turn our toes out at a 45-degree angle. Arms overhead, and on the exhale, you're going to sink into the hips. Bring your knees out towards your toes, hands to heart center. Feeling this stretch on the inner thighs, the inner hips. If this is too hard for you, you can bring your hands to your hips, or to your legs. Just alleviate a little bit of that stretching feeling. Also working the quads. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to your hips again. We're going to turn and face the front of the mat. Shorten your stance a little bit, about halfway. Inhale, lengthen, gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, fold about halfway. Keeping your front leg straight. Inhale, rise back all the way up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, halfway. Last one. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms overhead, and this time exhale, fold all the way down over that front leg. It's okay if you have to bend your front knee. If you want to use blocks as a prop. As you can see, my hamstrings are not that flexible. I always like using blocks in pyramid pose. Inhale, hands to the hips. Rise all the way back up. Step your right foot back to meet your front. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your right knee, and you can reach down with your left hand to grab your right foot. You can either actually we're going into tree pose. You can put your foot at your ankle like this. If that is where you want to stay today, that is perfectly okay. You can bring it to just below the knee, or bring it all the way up into that hip crease. Whatever you choose to do, just do not put your foot on the knee. That is the danger zone. Whatever your expression is today, I want you to think about grounding. Bring your attention to your standing foot. And think about the deeper the roots, the taller the tree. That's what I like to think about when I'm in tree pose. And think about lengthening high towards the sky without grounding. Evenly distributing your weight on your foot. Exhale, you can release your right leg, straighten it out. One big inhale. Exhale. Now bend your left knee and bring your foot wherever you had it on the other side, or if you want to try to challenge yourself a little bit more this time, that's okay. You can reach down with your right hand and grab your right ankle. Bring it up to your inner thigh, hands to heart center. You can bring your arms up like tree branches. Again, thinking about rooting into the ground. Bring your attention to your standing foot. Evenly distribute your weight. All 3 points of the foot. Rooting down to rise up. If more of a challenge, you can close your eyes. Always makes balancing a little harder. Exhale, release the left foot. Inhale, arms overhead. Arms go up towards the sky. Gaze goes up towards the sky. Just a slight little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Step both feet back to high plank. We're going to slowly lower down to the belly. Keeping your hands underneath the shoulders, a little bit below the shoulders, like the rib cage. And on the inhale, just peel just the upper body off of the ground. For Cobra, trying not to use arm strength here. Quads engaged, your glutes are engaged, toes are pointed, gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, release, right ear on the mat, looking left. One more time, inhale, peeling the upper body off the mat, really focusing on just using the spine, not using arm strength. Exhale, release. Left ear to the mat, looking to the right. This time we're going to extend the arms long by the side, palms facing the mat, and we're going to peel everything off the mat for locust. So head, chest, arms, legs, everything comes off the body on the next inhale. Here we go. Inhale, peeling everything off the floor. Exhale, release. Right here on the mat, looking left. One more time, peeling everything off the mat. Arms, chest, head, legs. Make sure you're still breathing. Gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, release everything. Hands come to the mat and push back into child's pose. Couple breaths here. And the next inhale, rise back up to tabletop. We're just going to bring our feet around and in front of us and slowly lower down to our back. Keeping your feet planted on the mat just under your seat. Your knees are still bent. We're going to go into bridge pulses. So on the inhale, rise your pelvis up towards the sky. Glutes are engaged. Feeling the back body working here. And on the exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale brings you back up to bridge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bridge. This time we're just going to hold bridge for a few breaths. Really feeling the glutes, the hamstrings, the back, but also your abs are working here too. Exhale, release, slowly lower down. Bringing your feet together and your knees out, we're going to go into Supta Baddha Konasana. Rooting down to the ground. Feeling this nice stretch in the inner thighs, the hips. Breathing here. You can stay here for your final Shavasana if that feels good. Or you can extend your legs long. Coming into our final Shavasana, feel your body again just melt into the mat. Gravity taking your body, making you one with earth. Really grounding yourself. Bringing you back to our starting intention here. Grounding is a process of dynamic contact with the earth, with its edges, boundaries, and limitations. It allows us to become solidly real, present in the here and now, and dynamically alive with the vitality that comes from the earth. While mechanically, our feet may touch the ground with every step, this contact is empty if we are cut off from the feelings in our legs and feet. Grounding involves opening our lower chakras, merging with gravity, and descending deeply into the vehicle of the body. Just relax into your final Shavasana, reaping the benefits of grounding, opening your root chakra, and just relax. If you choose to stay here, that is perfectly okay. If you want to move on with your day, go ahead and roll to your right side and lay in the fetal position for a couple breaths. And when you're ready, push up to an easy seat, keeping your eyes closed. Hands come to heart center. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel as good as I do. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a great day.